What a day for the stock market, guys. Holy crap. It's up 1 minute, down the next. It's volatile. It calms down. I mean, this thing has been all over the place. So we got to break down the markets in this video, talk stocks, charts, what I'm doing in the markets. But before we do that, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo. You get up to 5 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Deposit at least $100 and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, guys, let's dive into the video. So when I recorded my video earlier today, if I remember correctly, I think all of the indexes were down, and look at where we ended up closing, guys. Most of them ended up rebounding and closing in the green. We had the S&P up 0.4%, Dow up 0.25. We also had the NASDAQ up 0.25, as the Russell was the only one in the red. It closed down about 0.3%. We had the VIX down close to 3%, and we had gold up 0.6%. Silver up about 0.9%. And based on what I'm seeing right now, guys, and this is on the 10-day chart, we'll talk about SPY and Triple Q at the same time because honestly, their charts look very similar. What I'm noticing on this 10-day time frame is where we're trading right now could be a potential lower high. And that's if we fail to break out of overall, I would say 355, 360 on Triple Q. And mind you, right now we're trading a little bit under 355. So this could be a lower high. And you guys can see the two previous highs. The one from about, when was that? About a week and a half ago was 372. Last week we hit about 370, or that was earlier this week rather. And again, if we fail at 360, that would be the next lower high. And if I pull up SPY, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about on this as well. We hit 462, then we hit about 457, and now today we actually hit the 180 SMA on the 10-day chart. We got rejected, and this could potentially be the next lower high. It really could be, guys. So I'm going to put my alert at $450 here on SPY, which is right by, maybe I'll put it at 451, which is right by the 180 moving average. If that breaks tomorrow, maybe next week, that'd be a very good sign of potential reversal. And for Triple Q here, I'm going to put my alert at $360. Let's do that quickly. Create alert, mark is at or above $360. So that's what I'm going to be watching. And if we quickly take a look at these intraday charts, talk about volatility, guys. We ran up in the morning. That was at about 10 a.m. Triple Q hit 355 roughly. And then we ended up dumping all the way down to 348. We lost 2% intraday from top to bottom. And then when we hit 348, Triple Q went all the way up, recovered that entire 2% loss and some, and it went to about 356. So talk about volatility. It was wild out there today, and SPY was also volatile. It went from about, where was it in the morning? 447.50 down to about 443.50, all the way up, and then it went all the way up to 450.50. So it ran up 1.6% in the latter half of the day. So a lot of green momentum came in, and who knows, this might continue tomorrow based on, the strong, latter half of the day we had, strong close. Let's see if it continues tomorrow. And again, we got to watch out for those main level of resistances on the 10-day charts that I outlined earlier in this video on both SPY and Triple Q. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment, hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. We're trying to get 25,000 subscribers, and it's not possible without you guys. And as always, I appreciate all of you guys, seriously, for watching these videos, liking, subscribing, doing all that, using the links. It really means a lot to me. And with that being said, guys, let's talk about some stocks. Let's break down some stocks here that I'm looking at. And the first one here, I feel like we haven't talked about in a couple of weeks, is Target. TGT is the ticker symbol. Target is looking pretty interesting today. And let me tell you, Target crushed it today. Walmart did. Costco, which we'll talk about later in this video. These stocks have been on an absolute rampage, and Target is looking like it's about to break out even further if it breaks out of this key level. Let me show you guys exactly what level I'm referring to. So what we're noticing overall, Target is reversing. It's above the moving averages. We got a golden cross a couple of weeks ago. That's fantastic. And today alone, it went up 5.7%, which is also fantastic, up $12, over $12. And what we're noticing, if I zoom in here, we are now testing a multi-week resistance at about $230. You guys can see we failed there all of March. And in the later days, it might have been the last day of February. So if we break out of 230 at some point, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, if we start breaking 230, guys, there's going to be a huge upside push in target, in my opinion. We could be going to 240. That's the next main gap that I'm seeing right here on the 4-hour chart. If 240 breaks, who the heck knows? 250 plus is where this could be going. So target's gearing up. It's starting to break out. We're gaining momentum. And this stock, guys, you got to realize it's been beaten down very aggressively. So it's due, in my opinion, for some sort of snapback rally. And that's kind of what we're seeing. So let's see if this rally will continue or if it's going to fizzle out. So I'm going to put one alert here at $230. We'll watch it. It probably won't hit tomorrow. I mean, it might. Who knows? But maybe next week it ends up hitting. So mark is at or above $230. The next one I'm looking at here is TMO, which is Thermo Fisher Scientific Inc. This one up over 4% today. And what I'm noticing on the 4-hour chart is, can you guys see it? It's an inverse head and shoulders. Let me show you this. We got the left shoulder right here. We got the head right here. And then we got the right shoulder right here. We're above the moving averages. And we're about to see potentially, I think we're going to get it. We're going to get a golden cross, 50 above the 180 SMA. That's what it seems like we're setting up for right now. And another thing worth mentioning is Thermo Fisher. There's a big resistance coming up at about 620 to 625, which was the high point from the beginning of February. So if that point breaks, which we might test tomorrow, next week, at some point in the very near-term future here, if that point breaks, that is where that right shoulder will start to complete, and that could occur anywhere from 660, 675. That's where this could be pushing. So I'm really liking the setup of this stock, guys. I'm really liking it. Pfizer is another one which is setting up quite nicely. PFE is the ticker on this one. Pfizer today alone went up 4.3%, and just like Thermo, this one is at a multi-week resistance, and we're noticing an inverse head and shoulders, right? If I show you all this, you can probably see it, but I'll just draw it out. Why not? We got the left shoulder there, the right shoulder, or rather the head right there, and then we got the right shoulder here. So if we break out of, let's say, 55.50, right, this is going to be trading at a multi-week high, multi-month high, and Pfizer could be going up to complete that right shoulder, anywhere from $60 to $61 a share. So I'm really liking the technical setup here on Pfizer. Watch out for it. Set your alerts. And I mentioned Costco a couple of minutes ago. Look at Costco, guys. Holy crap. This stock today went up 4%, and over the past couple of weeks, since the beginning of March, this stock is up almost $100 a share, guys. Almost 18%, which is nuts. Because if you've been watching my channel, not to toot my own horn, but we called Costco out at about $520, $525, and I told you guys if it broke $530, $535, I remember that's the level I told you. If it broke out of there, it could go to, who knows how high it can go, right? And now it's gone all the way to 600 plus. So I'm looking at this. I'm not necessarily, well, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to FOMO into it here, but if it does pull back, whether it's maybe 5 percentage points, 10, I don't know, probably not 10 percentage points, even though it could, who knows? But if it pulls back a little bit, that's when I'm going to be watching to get in. Not on a day where it literally just hit an all-time high. You know, we're very overbought. So watch out for Costco. Momentum's clearly there, but I'm just going to be waiting for a bigger pullback to jump in on this particular stock. So that's COST. Another one that I'm looking at is ILMN, which is Illumina. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably not. This one is in the very short, or not short, rather early stages, the very early stages of a reversal. And just like the previous two, Pfizer, TMO, not Costco, but just like Pfizer and TMO, we're seeing an inverse head and shoulders on Illumina here. We have the left shoulder right here. We got the head forming. Well, it's already formed. And now we have the right shoulder playing out as we're getting a golden cross, and we're trading above both moving averages on this 4-hour chart. So this looks very good, in my opinion, for a continuous breakout, for this breakout to continue. and potentially for the right shoulder to complete anywhere from $400 to $425. Now, if I zoom in a bit on the 5-day chart, you're going to see how we are currently at 370, which was the high from, I think, Monday or Tuesday, and we failed breaking out of that today. So I'm going to put an alert right at 372. If we clear above 372, guys, I don't really see any way. I mean, of course, things could go sour with any stock, but if we break 372, I could see this on a technical basis go to $400. You know, there's no real resistance between 375 and $400. So watch out for that. And again, it might go to 425, 430. That was the high from the middle of January. So watch those levels on ILMN. Everybody's favorite, maybe not, probably not. McDonald's is the next stock, guys. MCD. McDonald's went up over 1% on the day today. And like Procter & Gamble, which I didn't call out in this video, I called it out in my previous video. Like Procter & Gamble, we are noticing a breakout in McDonald's. It sold off a bit. It got beaten down, very beaten down. Geez, guys, from 270 to 217, you guys can see it went down about 20% in just about a month and a half, 2 months. So that happened. Now we're breaking out of both moving averages. Today it went up over 1%. We have a golden cross. This looks like it wants to reverse. And on top of, or it is reversing, right? And on top of that, we have an inverse head and shoulders. How many inverse head and shoulders am I going to spot today, guys? There's so many of them right now. So we got a bigger one here, and I'm butchering it, but bear with me. This is the inverse head and shoulders I'm seeing. Again, we're getting that golden cross. I think McDonald's over the next coming weeks, months, it could go maybe to all-time highs again, 270, 265, 270, maybe even higher than that, as we are slowly seeing these value stocks, the valuation, low valuation, safer plays, maybe recession-proof, quote-unquote, stocks, as we're seeing these go up. Procter & Gamble, J&J, McDonald's is starting to, creep up there. So that is one that I'm definitely watching. And the last one for this video, if you guys stuck till the end, I appreciate you all. Make sure to hit the like button, drop me a comment, let me know you stuck till the end. The last one is Marriott International, which is one that I've been watching for a couple of weeks, and now I'm watching it even more because just in the past 2-3 days, it has come down a good chunk. Let me see here, probably 10% at least. Let's take a look, guys. It's come down about 9.5%, 10% from $180. Now it's sitting in the mid 160s. So what we're noticing on Marriott here is it's trading in a wedge. You guys can see we're making lower highs. We hit 185 back in the middle of February, and then we hit about 180 in the end of March. So we're making lower highs at the same time as we're making higher lows. We hit 148, and now we're holding about 162, 165. So if Marriott holds the bottom of the wedge, which if I zoom in, you guys can see as of now it is, if we're able to get a play back over, let's say 170, this could be going back to 180, which is right by the top of the wedge. And mind you, 170 is right by the main moving average here, the 180 moving average. So I'm going to put my alert at 170. Mark is at or above. We start cracking out of there, guys. 178, 180, maybe even higher if we break out of the wedge. That is where Marriott could be going, in my opinion. So let's see here. How are we doing on time? We're about 13, 14 minutes in right now. So I guess we could talk about some other stocks on my watch list and kind of see how we're doing here in the aftermarket hours. It's currently about 4:20, so we are about 20 minutes after market or after the bell here, and it does seem like markets are not doing much. We closed at 448.77 on SPY. Now it's trading about 11, 12 cents under that. Triple Q's probably down slightly in the aftermarket as well. It is down about 8 cents aftermarket, so nothing crazy is going on as of now. And let's take a look quickly here at some other stocks that did very well today. CrowdStrike crushed it, up about 3%. CRWD is the ticker on that. You guys can see it's now breaking out of both. Well, I guess it was already above the 180, but now with today's big move, it is above the 50 moving average. And is it up after hours? Let me see something quickly, guys. Yeah, what is going on here? CrowdStrike is up $8 after hours. It closed at 217. Now it's at 225. It's up another 4% on top of the 3% that it went up. Is that something to do with Russia, Ukraine, maybe? Probably not. CrowdStrike says it can deploy Falcon platform for Defense Department after securing authorization. There you go. That's big. That came out literally just about 10 minutes ago, 5-10 minutes ago. So that is big news. Authorization to protect critical U.S. Department of Defense assets. So good thing I caught that, guys, in the video. Watch out for CrowdStrike. Another one on my watch list that did well is LH, which overall it did well today. It went up 2.7%, but it's not quite yet breaking out of the downtrend, which I'm not liking. So I'm going to put an alert at $280 for Laboratory Corp. Mark is at or above $280. There we go. What else did we see today? Tesla did well. Really nothing much has changed since the last time we talked about Tesla. Let's see. What else? Melly, Mercado Libre. This one up 0.8%. Watch out for this to hold above, let's say, 1160.70, which is right where we are right now. And then from there, I do think we could show maybe bullish momentum towards 1350. So those are some stocks, guys. No need to drag on this video anymore. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment. Feel free to join my Patreon if you want all my buys, sells, call outs, morning videos, plus more. That's linked down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 5 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use my link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, peace out.